Texas earthquake swarm, the biggest one being 4.4 magnitude, and the activity is still continuing in the same exact area. Is this a result of fracturing? Let's take a look at the map. This is the area of New Mexico-Texas border, Guadalupe Peak near Pecos, and basically it's a swarm, and this is the biggest one 2 days ago. And Mentone, Texas. Pulling out, we can see where it is. And this is only the last week. So what's going on there? This is the frequency map right there. As you can see, the USGS stops the square of the frequency of the shaking. And we do have a lot of, let's go back, we do have a lot of rivers there. We know the first thing we learn in Geology 101 is that every river is a fault. And going back to our aerial, you can see there's a lot of rivers there, and there's a reservoir up above, right there. Which one was it? I forget. Anyway, they don't show it, unless I'm just too far away. Okay, doesn't matter. You can look at it if you want to, but this is it right here. You can see all the cracks there are dry riverbeds or rivers. And what's causing this? What's the cause of this? Natural occurring earthquake activity. Most North America east of the Rocky Mountains has infrequent earthquakes here and there. Earthquakes are more numerous, for example, in New Madrid seismic zone and the Charlevoix-Kamatsurka seismic zone of eastern Quebec. New England, New York, Philadelphia, Wilmington corridor, and elsewhere. However, most of the enormous region of the Rockies to the Atlantic can go years without an earthquake large enough to be felt. Earthquakes east of the Rockies, although less frequent in the west, are typically felt over a much broader region than earthquakes of similar magnitude in the west. East of the Rockies, an earthquake can be felt over an area of more than 10 times larger than similar magnitude earthquakes. Now, most earthquakes in North America, the east of the Rockies, occur as faulting within bedrock, usually miles deep. But then they talk about induced seismicity, that is, man-made earthquakes. As in the cases elsewhere in the world, there's evidence that some central and eastern North American earthquakes have been triggered or caused by human activities that have altered the stress conditions of the Earth's crust sufficiently to induce faulting. Activities that have induced felt earthquakes in some geological environments have included impoundment of water behind the dams, injection of fluid into the Earth's crust, that's called fracking, of course, extraction of fluid or gas, and removal of rock in mining or quarrying operations. In much of eastern and central North America, the number of earthquakes suspected of having been induced is much smaller than the number of natural earthquakes. But in some regions, such as south central states in the US, a significant majority of recent earthquakes are thought by many seismologists to have been man-induced. Even within areas with many human-induced earthquakes, however, the activity that seems to induce seismicity at one location may be taking place at many other locations without inducing felt earthquakes. Now, okay, they talk about the earthquakes being induced there, but I want to go back to the map. And let's remember, they talked about the Keweenaw Fault. This thing here, the Great Lakes, has a mantle plume that's been there 990 million years, about 1 billion years ago. That one of the oldest mantle plumes is before Pangaea broke up. And it's like a horseshoe shape. The eastern part goes under the New Madrid seismic zone, which is the New Madrid fault Rift Valley, actually, okay? I haven't drank all my coffee yet. So the St. Lawrence River into the Lake Erie, Lake Ontario, then the Mississippi this way almost cuts this area in a third of the United States, sloughing off to the southeast. And it's a rift valley. So this western area goes under this area here. At one point here we have Yellowstone. Wyoming was much closer to Lake Superior than it is now, but that is the Great Plains rifting. because of the magma underneath, and we have magma going underneath here, Kansas, Oklahoma, and into Texas even. That mantle plume goes into Texas and then swings west. Okay, that magma. Okay, so Texas obviously, let's go to the map showing us the, if we could see what's there. Hold on, let's see what's there. Okay, let's go in a little bit. And you see the whole thing is riddled with fracking wells. Okay, I don't know how many of them are still operating, but obviously this is they're extracting, they're pumping water, they're extracting it to extract gas and oil from the crust, obviously. So this is probably a man-induced earthquake. But the thing is that there's so many of them there. Okay, so all of you there, please be careful. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.